First thing what we are going to see is basically what is MATLAB. Many of you might have heard about MATLAB, right? So MATLAB as a terminology. Many of you might be thinking like MATLAB is kind of software, maybe like similar to C programming, right? But my question is like, why do we have a different language when we have like various software languages like C programming or like Python, etc. MATLAB is specifically so like when we go to C programming or Python, these are all like general purpose coding language, right? Like using that coding language, they will develop maybe operating system, maybe even gaming, etc. So whereas MATLAB is basically designed for scientific and engineering problems. The main intention of MATLAB itself is basically to solve certain scientific problems. For instance, I give you an example, like if you want to research or like if you want to solve certain 5G related aspect, 5G related problems, then we'll have its own toolbox called MATLAB toolboxes, using which you can like easily compute, like you can easily develop certain algorithms, right? Whereas like in C programming, those libraries might not be available. But here, like if you are performing some chemical engineering, like if you're resolving some chemical engineering problem, you'll have set of chemical engineering toolbox. If you are resolving certain mechanical engineering problem, so you'll have mechanical engineering toolbox. So in general, all the engineering problems can be easily resolved using this MATLAB. And MATLAB, so the name like MATLAB, it stands for Matrix Laboratory, because actually all the computation what is performed in the MATLAB are in terms of matrix. Okay, even if you give, for instance, like temperature, it's not a vector. I mean, it's not a vector, right? So it's a scalar value. But when you give it as a value, for instance, like one temperature value, this will treat as a matrix, like of dimension 1 cross 1. Okay, so and MATLAB is also it's kind of command line interpreter. It executes program based on user commands. In a sense, it's similar to your Python. If you have already studied something about Python, in the Python also it's something like command line interpreter. Like each line will be like executed one by one. Whereas in terms of C programming or like other languages, where we will be converting into binary language and like later like as a whole we will be entering, we are executing that, right? But here it is like it will load each line of the code into the command line, and it will execute those programs. Okay.